Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And this is a very troubling story that I have for you about a military doctor who got into a world of trouble with the Seattle police and ended up getting shot and killed. But this is a very troubling and disturbing and weird story. So here it goes. Who is Dr. Bruce Coval Meneley? As Fox 13 News reported, 67-year-old retired U.S. Navy doctor Bruce Coval Meneley was shot and killed by Seattle police at around 3 p.m. on Wednesday, April 17, 2024, at the Doubletree Hotel on South Center Parkway in Tukwila, Washington. He was killed by police on Wednesday, April 17, 2024, following a sting operation conducted by the Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force members. Seattle police released graphic body camera footage of the incident. As Fox 13 News noted, police officers came out of a hotel room to approach Dr. Meneley, who appeared to pull out a gun from his jacket in the body cam video. The officers fired about 30 shots at Dr. Meneley, per outlet. He died from multiple gunshot wounds per medical records. According to the Seattle Times, Dr. Meneley was identified by the King County Medical Examiner's Office, who ruled his death a homicide on Tuesday, April 23, 2024. One involved officer sustained a minor injury. One of the officers involved suffered a graze wound. He was treated for a minor injury and was not transported to the hospital, an SPD blotter post about the incident said. The involved officers would be placed on paid administrative leave as the investigation is underway. This is also standard protocol, it continued. The post identified the officers as Adam Fowler and Nick French, though it is unclear which officers suffered the injury. The Tukwila Police Department is investigating the assault on the officers, while the Seattle Police Department Force Investigation Team continues to thoroughly review what happened, which is standard protocol. So, when was Dr. Bruce Coval Meneley in the Navy? Dr. Meneley was a Navy captain and a doctor at Guantanamo Bay and was the commander of the NATO Role 3 multinational medical unit in Afghanistan, per Fox 13. He stopped serving at Guantanamo Bay in 2009 before leaving his NATO position in 2012. So, what was Dr. Meneley has been accused of? What has he been accused of? According to Fox 13, Dr. Meneley was being investigated by the Washington's Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force. The Seattle Police Department is the head agency for the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, per the Seattle Times. As Fox 13 reported, Police Chief Adrian Diaz said the suspect, Dr. Meneley, though thought he was meeting with two young girls, ages 7 and 11. Unbelievable. Per a criminal complaint obtained by Fox 13, Dr. Meneley was arrested during a human trafficking prostitution sting in Bremerton and charged with Essex crimes in 2017. Detectives posed as a Essex worker online and agreed to meet up with Dr. Meneley, where he was actually met by Kitsap County Sheriff's deputies. Meneley's number was implicated in two separate prostitution operations, deputies reported. Docs from 2017 say that during an interview with detectives, Dr. Meneley admitted that he had been arrested for a similar offense in Texas years prior. At that time, he was diverted to community service and classes. So this is a military doctor, career military doctor, U.S. Navy, who was living a very diabolical, hypocritical life. He went into the medical field to be a service and supposedly to help individuals. And not only did he give his service supposedly to help individuals as a medical doctor, but he was also giving his service to his country as a military doctor. So he was attempting to serve two positive forces for being on this earth. But then his life took a third turn, which ended up suppressing the first two things that he obligated himself to in a time of service. He decided that he wanted to get involved with a prostitution ring and underage children with sexual misconduct. Do we see the hypocrisy there? Also, this man was 67 years old, almost 70. He's at retirement age. And him going to college, doing well, going to medical school, becoming a doctor, joining the military, being of service to his country, overseas in Afghanistan, and even in Guantanamo Bay. During this entire time, he has this demonic, devilish energy in him that superseded all of the positive things that he has done over his career and was into underage kids. Thank God he got caught. Mental illness is a real thing. I definitely think that he's mentally ill if in fact, based on the allegation that he thought it was okay to have a relationship with underage children, which we all know is immoral, unethical, and illegal. Who knows what was going on in his mind? He was married, so he's also committing adultery, and he gave the presumption that he was doing this because he did not get along with his wife. His wife has nothing to do with him wanting to be involved with underage kids. I think that is people that are into that pedophilia, into children, have something that they cannot suppress. I don't believe it's something they can be cured from, and it always ends up very unfortunate for the kids that are assaulted and the individual that is perpetrating the crime. This is a very mind-boggling situation, and the way it ended when the police got him caught up in this sting, he tried to pull out his gun and shoot the police officers. So there is definitely something that was mentally ill with this gentleman. Who knows how long he had been doing this? As you heard in the story, he was found guilty and got caught doing this in Texas years prior. There may be a lineage of individuals that he has perpetrated this sexual misconduct to over the 30 years that he was in the military that went under the rug and off the radar from authorities. It's good that we have these stings out here, the police stings, to get these kind of perpetrators and predators off the streets. And we have to applaud the Seattle police for removing Dr. Meneley from the streets and unfortunately from this earth. This is a very, very sad story. Human trafficking, child trafficking, and child abuse is running rampant all throughout this world, and we need to take measures to stop it by any means necessary.